Nigel Cecil, calling things out as you like it, especially for his fair-minded friends.
Hello, Chacabouties. Thank you for joining me, moi, Nigel Cecil, with this video 175, starting off with an important question to you about identity theft. Have you considered that identity thieves may have stolen your identity and be using that information to get money off you and you're not aware of it? You may well say, well, Nigel, of course, if it was credit card companies or bank accounts, the bank would be on to us and the credit card company would be on to us saying, what are you doing with all this money that you think you have, that you haven't had and you have had, and where is it and when are you paying us back? You see, so you'd get some warning. You'd be able to try and sort it out. But what happens if those identity thieves stole your identity and used it to target what is our most valuable asset in most cases, our homes, our property? Would you know about it? Who would let you know? Probably, if you had a mortgage, then the mortgage company may be keeping a watchful eye, but maybe they're not. And of course, if you're older and you've saved and bought your house, the chances are you don't have a mortgage. And if you don't have a mortgage, who is looking after your home and making sure it's not the target of identity thieves? In fact, the younger generation, have you thought, who is looking after the property of your parents? Are they internet savvy enough to know that when they enter their passport details, they buy insurance online, car insurance, all sorts of goods online, that there isn't somehow someone looking to steal an identity? And you could say, well, of course, land registry. They have all the information. They don't just give it out, don't they? Why do you think then, back in 2013, the government launched a scheme, it may have been 2014, Hillary, but round about then, a scheme that was free, absolutely free, to enable you to track what was happening with a property? Well, it was because the growth of identity theft that was targeting properties was going up and up and up. Indeed, the National Fraud Database only the other year said that identity theft now accounts for some 70% of things reported to them. And for Fraudscape, well, it's gone up with them. 25% identity theft have gone up and up and up most recently. Yet, did you know if you approach land registry, anyone can open an account and pay £3 for each report and get all sorts of information about your property? So, even as long as it was over 10 years ago, the government could see the way identity theft was growing. So they launched this free scheme, and it is entirely free. It's at propertyalert.landregistry.gov.uk. Put up some of the captions, Hillary, as we're talking about it. Now you go onto that website, I'll say it again, propertyalert.landregistry.gov.uk, and you open an account by putting in your name and your email address, most importantly. And if you register, again, propertyalert.landregistry.gov.uk, entirely free, then you can enter the address of the property you wish to have alerts about. And then if somebody was to target that property by trying to put a charge against it or all sorts of things, Land Registry, Property Alert, send you an email to let you know something is going on before it's really been concluded. So you're warned. You can get onto your solicitor. You can get onto whoever you want to help you to find out what's going on with that property. Now, it's important, of course, for those who have elderly parents, because parents, they tend to have mortgage-free properties. And they are not, as I've said before, as internet savvy as we younger people. And so it may have happened to them, and you may not find out, younger generation, until it's too late and, well, you said goodbye to your parents, sadly, and you come to sell the property and find, we didn't know there was a charge. Someone has taken a loan out on the property. Mum and Dad never told us that. Of course they didn't. They didn't know. And they wouldn't know. And they wouldn't know how to look. Which is why it's important that you register your account, open an account, I'll say it again, with propertyalert.landregistry.gov.uk and follow the properties. Now, even now, this is a free service to protect the property for identity thieves using your identity. And would you know, only somewhere like about 250,000 have registered, because other than when it was first launched, very few know about it. And think of all those millions of properties that are owned without mortgages, even with small mortgages. It's free. Protect your property. Stop identity theft without you knowing, putting an encumbrance, a charge against your property. Because once it's happened, you can bet a few years down the line, they scarpered with all those thousands of pounds, and it's going to be extremely difficult for you to get that money back. So this video 175, a free solution. Ask yourself the question, do you think you may have been targeted? You don't know. So my advice to my equitable friends, because they were asking me, because they were worried, join now. Log on to propertyalert.landregistry.gov.uk and start tracking what's happening to your property, your parents' property, so you can avoid identity thieves using your identity, your parents' identity, easily stolen nowadays, to make charges without you knowing against your most important asset, your home. Nigel saying, protect your home and stay safe. propertyalert.landregistry.gov.uk. Good fortune.